I'm living in Bali in Indonesia.
Oh, Bali Island.
Yes.
Wow.
Have you been there?
No, but I wanted to go there a few years ago.
Yeah.
But didn't make it.
Well, hopefully in the future you can make it one day.
Yes.
It's really,
so how is it?
It's a beautiful place. It really is. Really nice beaches, good weather. It's getting a little bit busy, I would say, especially
a little bit busy.
Yeah,
because of the tourists.
Yes, so many tourists. It's become so popular that during the normal times without COVID, it becomes very crowded.
Which area do you stay?
I stay in an area called Canggu.
Canggu. I don't know.
It's
near the beach or near the mountain?
It's right near the beach, and it's very popular for Westerners. A lot of Western restaurants and shops and bars. So it's very popular for the Westerners. It's not.
So
yes.
Yes. How long have you been there?
I've been in Bali for 2 months.
Oh, 2 months.
But I've been living.
Oh, so after the pandemic, you are.
Well, I've been in Indonesia for a year. More than 1 year.
Oh, more than 1 year. Okay,
Yes.
okay. So you didn't leave the country.
No.
You just went to different place.
Yeah, long story short is I got a job in northern Indonesia in Sumatra to work on a surfing resort on a small island. And that was the beginning of last year. And then, of course, when the pandemic happened and everything got locked down, I got in Indonesia.
Oh, so you plan to go back? But
well, eventually, yes. But unfortunately for me, with the pandemic and the lockdown, there was no guests able to visit our resort. So I didn't earn an income for majority of last year. So unfortunately for me, I ran out of money. And I've come to Bali to work and make money before I can travel anywhere else.
Oh, so what's your position in the resort?
I was manager of the surfing resort.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, but
do you like the job?
Yes, of course. I love the job when the guests were there, but I got stuck there with nowhere to go, and I was the only person on that island for 9 months. So
you were the only person on the island?
I wouldn't say the only person, but the only Westerner. There were a few local people living in the village next door, but not anybody that could speak English or that I could
Wow, that was cool. But
yeah,
but without guests, without salary, how did you survive?
Well,
I mean. Yeah, and you stay there for 9 months.
Yeah.
You're gonna eat and buy something that you.
Yeah, I ate very simple. Mostly local food, rice, fish, a little bit of vegetables, and yeah, when the owners of the resort could afford to, they would send some food out every now and then. But yeah, it was an interesting time. Very, very different to anything else that I've experienced.
Yes, were you worried at that moment?
In the beginning, yes, but after a few months, it became normal. So,
okay, but you still live in the room of the resort.
Yes, I still lived in the resort. I was able to surf every day, so it wasn't so bad.
It wasn't so bad. You are the only guest.
Yeah.
You get the best service.
Yeah, for sure. Other than not making any money, it was still a really good time. Mentally, it was very challenging in the beginning, but it became normal. And
so, were you able to communicate with the staff in the resort at the moment?
Yes, I was. Some of them speak some very basic English, but I would speak more of their language to them than they could speak English.
Oh,
so I had to learn very quickly.
I thought you were applying for, most Westerners like to be an English teacher in Asian countries, but your job is quite different.
Well, before I came to the resort, I was an English teacher in Vietnam, Hanoi, for 2 years.
Oh, so why change the career to, become a manager in?
Well,
the resort?
Somewhat of a dream job.
Oh,
my passion is surfing, and to work on a surfing resort is, I would come true.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So, are you still on lockdown right now?
Yes, Indonesia is still locked down. People are able to enter the country. You just need, of course, negative COVID.
The paperwork.
And all the paperwork. And it's a little bit more expensive for visas, etc. But people are still able to enter. As much as the pandemic is present and it's here, people don't really panic about it. Life goes on pretty much as normal.
I think that's I don't know. I've never been to Indonesia, but I think they are not a rich country, right? So if there are no tourists, I think their life would be tougher.
Yes, it's certainly
right.
Life.
So they don't care about the virus; they care about the business.
Yeah, for sure. It's not just business related, but people's opinion about the virus here is very different from first world countries, or I would say a lot of other countries. Is that there is a virus, but majority of people actually don't care about the virus. They believe that it's not nearly as deadly as people say it is, which is somewhat true.
So no people die from?
Of course, there are people dying from the virus, but
they still don't care.
It's a small amount of people in respect to people dying from other diseases and.
Oh yes. If in that case, I can understand because they probably have a lot of germs or viruses too.
Yeah, and it's.
So it's just one of the virus.
Yeah,
nothing to scare.
And to be quite frank and to be honest, in respect to other diseases and other causes of death, corona, even globally, COVID as a global death rate is insignificant compared to cancer, tuberculosis, malaria. The list goes on and on. The common cold kills more people than COVID does. So, yes, it's very contagious.
Yes, but it might. Well, your medical system might break down, or like Italy and and Europe in the beginning.
Yeah,
no, not Europe, and New York.
Yeah, it's the results of COVID that are difficult to deal with. But anyways, life is pretty normal here. Yes, we wear masks, and we still have a curfew at 9 p.m. or.
You have curfew.
Need to be closed, but other than that, life is pretty normal. I go.
So, are you allowed to eat in the restaurant?
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting.
Everything. Yeah. Life is normal except for two things. You are required to wear a mask in public, but most people wear the mask over here. Okay. And at night,
because of I don't know, over here.
Yeah, they don't put the mask over.
But that doesn't make sense. Show your face. Okay.
Yeah, nobody cares. Instead of putting the mask on your face, they put it over here.
Yeah.
And then if the police say, "Oh, please put your mask on," then we put the mask on, and then when they go away, take the mask off.
So there's no punishment or anything. Cool. Are you worried that you might get the virus?
No,
because
not at all.
No. Oh, okay. Probably you already have the, what do you call the antibody?
Yeah, it's quite possible that I've had the virus. 3 of my friends have already had it, and they were sick for 1-2 days, and that was it, done. So.
How do you know they already?
Because
they got the result from the test.
So one of my friends was supposed to fly out of the country, and the day before he started to feel a bit funny. His nose was a bit runny, and before flying, you have to get the PCR test. And when you got the test, they said, "No, you've got COVID. You need to go into quarantine." So he said he went into quarantine, but he was maybe a little bit like feeling not so good for 2 days, and that was it.
So if it felt like a cold.
Yeah, he said it wasn't even like a bad cold. He said that he's felt worse from drinking.
Well, that's a paradise.
Yeah, you know, and a lot more of my friends have had it, and you know,
and all of them are in Malaysia.
A lot of them are in Indonesia. Some people at home have had it, and you know, the story's all the same. Oh, my nose was a bit runny, and then my throat was a bit sore, and I couldn't taste and I couldn't smell. But after
are they feverish?
After 3 or 4 days, I felt fine.
Do they have fever?
Some of them, not all of them. Yeah, my friends here in Asia haven't had fever.
Wow.
So yeah, I know many people.
So maybe it only has back effect on old people.
I don't even think it's so clear cut. I think that, to be honest, nobody knows anything about the virus, and it's all just
guessing
at this
work.
stage. You know, and even back home in South Africa, they are using medicine.
Yeah, you have a super virus or something like that. The virus evolved.
Yeah. But you know, now they are treating the virus using products, and a lot of people are recovering. So although it was bad, they have now stumbled upon a new drug or a new medicine, and it's completely killing the virus.
Really?
Yeah.
So are you able to get the vaccine in South Africa or in Indonesia?
The government put money aside for the vaccine, but all the money was stolen by the government. So no.
Yeah, I know that. I know
but
that.
Most people are,
okay, that's why you left the country, right? Because you are
it's just too corrupt.
Yeah, and yeah.
So this is the new drug that everyone is using. It's called ivermectin.
It's a new drug.
It's not a new drug.
So you can still.
It's actually a drug that they use to treat animal parasites. So vets have used it, and most white people in South Africa are now buying it and administering it to themselves, because so many people that have had the virus have been cured with this drug. Even some people that were told they were going to die have taken this and recovered within 4 days. So far,
that's a miracle.
So far, it's been 100% effective. Everybody is using it, and
you mean in South Africa?
In South Africa, it's become so popular that the government have now banned the sale of it, which is very suspicious. It's almost like they don't want people to get better. So the country has sold out of ivermectin, but they refuse to buy any more.
Maybe it has some kind of a bad side effect.
It doesn't.
People.
It's been used. They say that they're actually using it in some of the vaccines now. Yes, my parents had a friend. He was in hospital. He was on ventilation. He was really bad. They said he was going to die.
Yes.
One of the other friends found out about this drug, went to the hospital and gave him the drug, and in 4 days he was completely cured.
So he just take the pill.
It's not a pill.
Without
you have to take it. You have to take it. It's a liquid form, so you drink it in a bit of water. Yeah, and now people are treating themselves with it because it's preventing the virus as well as curing it. So most people are just administering it to themselves. You have to do it in 3 doses, and I mean now.
So can you buy it?
You can usually buy it from a vet. Or animal doctors, and
but is it safe to use? Well, it's a little bit weird to use animals.
Yeah, well, it's just you take a smaller dose, so it all works on body weight, and you take 1 milligram per 50 kgs of weight. So if you weigh 75 kgs, it's 1.5 milligrams that you take once every 4 days for I think it's like 3 doses.
Okay. So that's why you are not afraid of the virus. You think there is a cure, and then it's not
well,
that bad?
I just don't think that the virus is nearly as deadly as everybody says it is. But that's my opinion.
Okay.
I'm more worried about getting cancer or more worried about getting bitten by a shark when I go surfing than I am worried about dying from COVID.
Okay. So when you are still in Indonesia right now, you say you don't live in the resort anymore, right?
Now.
You moved
I'm
out?
in Bali now.
You are in Bali now, so you are English teacher right now?
I'm actually just teaching on Cambly for now. Fortunately, Bali.
So you just start your teaching on Cambly, or you've done this before?
No, I've been doing Cambly for about 1.5 months now. But I was a teacher for 2 years in Vietnam. I taught from English tutoring. Eventually, I taught in a secondary school, and I was an English teacher for grade 6 and grade 9 learners. So
what's the difference between teaching in person and teaching online? Which way do you prefer?
Well, it's different. I don't like to teach children online because it's very difficult to keep their concentration without being able to interact with them physically. So that I prefer to teach adults online, but I enjoy online teaching because it's generally smaller classes or individual one-on-one classes. It's a lot more personal, and I feel like I can devote more of my time to individual improvement than I can to a whole. So I feel like the results are more fruitful online when I'm teaching, one-on-one or in small groups.
Okay. So most of students are from Asia, or you have the students from
most
other
of my
countries?
students are from Asia, China, Korea, Japan.
Yes.
And then depending on what time of the day it is, then my students in the evening are generally from Saudi Arabia, Turkey, or the Middle East, Brazil, somewhere around there. So in the mornings and in the early afternoons, generally from Asia, and then evenings, generally from the European side, as the day moves on.
Yeah. So do they prepare their material, or do you need to prepare, something for them?
It depends. Some students have enrolled in English courses within Cambly, so I work through those courses with those students. But a lot of my students just want to talk, and they just want to have free conversation. So I just basically converse with them, try to build their confidence, give them some corrections as they speak.
But do you get tired?
Yeah, some days.
Because you keep talking to strangers. Sometimes you just don't know what to talk about. If he or she is not talkative, then what would you do?
Then I will bring up a resource. So
maybe read an article.
So I have learned about a wonderful site. I don't know if you know about it. It's called Ngo. I would like to share it with you because I think it will be great for you as well. So I will share my screen with you.
Okay.
This is the website. You type in Google.
Ngo. Yeah,
all right, Ngo Daily News.
But that's an online English website as well. They have online tutors as well. You know that?
So
you are one of them?
No, I'm not with Ngo. No? Their rate of pay is very low. So,
So Cambly is better.
Cambly is on the upper end of their pay scale. So they pay anywhere from $2 to $10 depending on experience and rating.
Oh, really?
So it's not a lot of money. When I was teaching in the classroom, I was getting $22 to $24 per hour. But on Cambly, I only get $10 per hour. So I have to work more than twice as many hours to try and make the same amount of money.
Yes, but you don't have to leave the house.
So generally, there's also very little preparation that comes with Cambly. It's not like structured teaching job where you have to prepare lesson plans and you have to track your students' progress. It's all taken care of here by the application, which is nice.
Yes, but you know, there's another website called AmazingTalker, I believe. I think they pay higher because the tuition of the student is more expensive.
AmazingTalker.
Yeah, but you need to prepare the material for that customize the material for
I
the
understand.
student based on their needs. Yeah. Like
yeah.
that.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing that with me. I'm going to have a look at that sometime.
Yeah, since you're at home, you can try different websites.
I would love to be able to diversify my income, possibly have, maybe 1 or 2 hours of high-paid teaching work where it's necessary to prepare material, etc. But I can at least make $20, $22 an hour, and then fill the remainder of my schedule up with Cambly and some flexible hours. That would be ideal, because at the moment I work a long time every day to try.
Really? How many hours do you work?
Today I will work 4 hours. Tomorrow I will work 6 hours. The following day 5.5. So, it doesn't sound a lot, but it adds up.
You want to go surfing.
It's not always that it's 5 hours straight in a row. I can't work from 7 till 12 and be done. It'll be an hour here with an hour break and an hour next. So,
Yes. You cannot put them together.
It takes up a whole day, essentially.
But because it just begins to work on Cambly, so you don't have that many students. After a while, you were normal students, and then you can ask them.
Yeah,
really?
It's taken off very quickly, and I've got a lot of regular students, more than 10. I turn my reservations off by Thursday because my week is already full, and I don't want to overcrowd my schedule because it does become very tiring.
Yes.
So I'm happy with where I am at Cambly. I feel I've got enough students. I've also got a good rating. Fortunately, I've been very blessed. My students have all given me good marks. So, I'm very lucky.
Don't push them too hard.
So, I'm at a happy place. I've only been with Cambly a month and a half, just over a month. Actually, 1 month.
How did you find the website? I mean, how do you know you can teach on Cambly? Because there are so many different English learning websites. Why did you pick Cambly?
To Bali, I applied for many.
Yes.
A lot of the websites that I applied for, it's teaching English to children. And I don't feel, I don't feel like I want to teach kids online. A lot of the time
but you got more pay when you teach children online. You know that, right? Yeah, even you just sing songs or do some puppet shows, they'll pay you higher.
To be honest, I like to be who I am. I don't want to act like I don't want to act like a clown or trying to be silly and not myself just to entertain the children for of earning money. I would rather be myself and try and share the knowledge that I can with the person in a way that is comfortable for me and them.
Yes.
Because it's not just about money for me, where I'm dealing with people and emotions. And,
that's true.
I like to feel that I'm adding not just English lessons, but a little bit more, trying to make people feel confident and happy to speak English.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, because I know a tutor, he said that he doesn't want to teach children either. There was a parent who put a maybe 8-month baby in front of the screen. He didn't know what to do about it.
And another thing I find is that, especially in Asia, Southeast Asia, is that a lot of parents are forcing their children to do English. And I can tell immediately when the kid sits down if they want to learn or if they don't want to learn, you know. And it's difficult to find motivation to teach somebody if they don't want to learn.
Why don't they want to learn? Because they don't understand what you say, or they are not... they probably cannot communicate with you, so they don't know what you're saying.
No,
or
a lot of
English.
Students or a lot of parents sign their kids up for classes that they are not ready for. So the parents actually are doing an injustice to their kids because they think their kids are at a certain level where they're not. So they're not understanding, they're not fully engaged, they're not absorbing the knowledge well because it's so difficult.
Yes, that is just waste of money.
You know, I've actually had to, on Cambly, had to block a few profiles because a lot of parents are putting their kids on Cambly as registered as adults, and this is where we try and practice English. And then I'm struggling to try and get a message across. You know, I feel like I have to then teach vocabulary and and it's not what is well suited for the kid. The kid should rather be in the Cambly profile. You know, it's challenging. Sometimes the kids are pushed so hard by their parents that they become a bit despondent, and that's not where I want to be.
So you don't have any children, students, right?
I have
what about
2
teenagers?
Children that I speak to. That's it. And the only reason I speak to them is because they only book very short classes, and their English is exceptionally good. I don't have to teach them in like a formal lesson. We just have a conversation. I ask them about their day. I ask them what they've been up to. We speak about
so they can, you can,
they're at an advanced level already. And the youngest one is 9 years old, and he is exceptionally good. Wow. He's from Japan.
Which?
Yeah, and
Japan.
I really enjoy speaking with him. He's enthusiastic. He is able to elaborate on conversations. He's able to give his opinion. So talking with him is easy. It's not like talking with most kids where their answers are 1-word, 2-word answers without.
Yes, no, I don't know. Mostly you get 3 answers like that.
Yeah, you understand. Okay.
Yeah. I have children too.
You know,
so how did he learn?
It's amazing, actually. So well? I asked him that question. His mother started reading English books to him from a very young age. Storybooks. At bedtime. And he's never been to any formal English training. And just from that early introduction to English, he picked it up very quickly, and now he can read.
So he can read?
And he can write.
Can he write? Wow,
and his
that's
vocabulary
amazing.
is exceptionally good. Like, I get surprised every time I speak to him.
Oh, yes. The
and you know,
he
loves reading, so he likes to read fantasy books, and the fantasy books that he reads aren't even children's books. They're somewhat.
You mean like Harry Potter?
Past Harry Potter. He's at like Aragon, and I don't know if you know these books. Yeah, they're quite advanced. Certainly for his age, as a second language, they're very advanced. He obviously has an aptitude for languages, or you know, he's exceptionally bright as well. So it's really a pleasure to speak to him.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
The other one, 11 years old. He's not as good, but he's still able to converse without me teaching him all the time. So.
Okay, so you just have conversation with him.
I think his parents just want to continue practicing so he doesn't lose any of what he's learned. Yeah, so it's a relaxed environment.
Cool.
Yeah. All right, we have run out of time. Thank you for calling me today.